Okay, so let's try and unpack this. 120 photos just in the last week or so. Celebrity events, I mean, LA, London, even Nice on the French Riviera. It's kind of overwhelming.
It really is. It's a huge amount of activity.
How do you even keep track of what everyone's doing?
Well, what's interesting, I think, is that this sheer volume, this chaos of sightings, it actually gives us a pretty rich picture if you look closer. It's not just random pictures. You can actually start to see patterns maybe and get some insights into how fame works today.
Right, exactly. So let's forget the sort of surface level gossip for a sec. What we've got from this People magazine piece is basically a snapshot, right? A visual diary of the week.
Yeah.
And our mission really is to dig a bit deeper than just who wore what. What does all this activity actually tell us? Think of it as like your quick guide to being genuinely up to speed on the celebrity world this week.
Getting the interesting stuff without drowning in it.
Exactly, without the endless scrolling.
And it does make you wonder, what does this intense period reveal about the pressures, the priorities within that whole celebrity world?
Yeah.
We're seeing, well, everything, red carpets, obviously, but also these purpose-driven events, galas. They're all competing for eyeballs.
Totally.
Right.
I mean, you've got major award shows happening. The BAFTAs were on in London, the ACMs down in Nashville, and the Tony nominees were gathering in New York, building that buzz.
Right, award season elements.
Then premieres, galas, like the City Year LA one, the Gold House Gala, NAM Eyes Mental Health Gala. Each seems to have its own focus, plus fashion stuff, and then just, stars out and about, casual moments.
And if you look at those different types of events, it sort of suggests that being a celebrity today means juggling a lot, doesn't it? Professional stuff, social things, personal life, all while everyone's watching.
Okay, so let's zero in on some of the places. London seemed particularly buzzing. Nicola Coughlin, for example. She was at the BAFTAs looking very...
Old Hollywood glam, right?
Yes, that's the phrase they used. And then she popped up again at a Vogue Netflix thing. Very stylish. Makes you think about the strategy behind it all.
That's a great point. Her being at a big industry award and a big media event, it kind of shows you need both now, doesn't it? You need the craft, but also the visibility platforms.
And Tom Cruise was around London, too, wasn't he? Doing something with the British Film Institute.
Yeah, the BFI, a real pillar of cinema.
Then Alan Cumming, always charismatic. He was at the BAFTAs. Oh, and Prince William and Kate Middleton made quite prominent appearances.
Right, for VE Day.
Yeah. A concert and a service, their presence kind of adds a different layer,
It does. Having the royals there sort of highlights how celebrities can fit into these bigger cultural moments, lending their visibility. And Cruise at the BFI, well, that underlines the importance of these established film institutions.
Even the younger generation was represented. Cruise Beckham with Jackie Apostle, seen at an art gallery. Okay, switching gears. Los Angeles, just as packed. Maybe more so.
Huh?
Heidi Klum spotted at Nice Airport, already kind of embodying that jet-set life before she even gets to Cannes.
Exactly. That airport shot, it's like visual shorthand for her status, right? The constant travel. Even mundane stuff becomes news.
Yeah. Then in L.A., proper Chanel Iman and Victoria Monet at some brunch, Viola Davis had a lovely moment with her daughter, Genesis, at the City Year L.A. Gala.
That's nice to see.
Quinta Brunson was there, too, looking great. Meghan Trainor at Wango Tango. And that Gold House Gala looked like a really big deal. John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Tan France. I mean, the list just kept going.
It did. And an event like the Gold House Gala, its prominence really shows the growing focus on celebrating and boosting diverse voices in entertainment.
Absolutely.
It's not just a party. It's like a conscious push for representation.
For sure. And the music side was active in L.A., too. You had Questlove, Fred Armisen, Dave Grohl, Judd Apatow. They were marking the 50th anniversary of SNL's music.
Wow, 50 years at the Grammy Museum.
Amber Riley looked amazing at a Black Excellence brunch. Then another wave of talent. Darren Burnett, Brenda Song, Ming-Na Wen, Harry Shim Jr. They were also at the Gold House Gala. Colton Underwood was speaking at the Hollywood and Mind Summit about mental health, which feels like such a central topic now.
Increasingly so, yeah.
And Victoria Monet was also supporting a Mother's Day event that had a specific cause behind it.
The sheer range of events just in LA, from industry parties to wellness discussions, it shows how celebrities are connecting with broader issues, not just entertainment stuff.
It's interesting, too, how you see these cross-city connections. John Krasinski, Sarah Snook, Matt Damon, seen after a play in New York, but it gets noted in the LA buzz.
Right.
And Billie Eilish is doing her Overheated event in Berlin. That really speaks to the global reach these figures have now.
Absolutely. International impact.
Sarah Paulson was at a Miu Miu thing in NYC, again adding to the overall picture. Tony Hawk celebrating a video game. Rainey Qualley performing her music. Storm Reed and her mom at the NAMI Mental Health Gala, another example of using that platform for a cause.
Mm-hmm. Powerful.
What do you make of that interconnectedness, like across cities, across different parts of entertainment?
I think it just shows the lines are getting blurrier, between film, TV, music, theater. People move between them. And something happening in London gets talked about in LA. It's like one big interconnected system.
Yeah, you're right. And the LA list just goes on. Malin Akerman, Emmanuel Creaky, Jenna Dewan at an environmental summit, Paul Feig at an Emmy event, Sharon Osbourne, Museum to Tolerance, Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, movie screening, Becky G, Girls Inc., Charlize Theron on Kimmel.
Wow.
Hilary Swank and Kathy Bates at a fashion show. Sheila Booth, film premiere. Jesse Metcalf, another environmental event. Allison Hannigan and Sarah Michelle Gellar. The Buffy reunion at SiriusXM.
Oh, people loved that, I bet.
Huge nostalgia hit, right? Gwyneth Paltrow unveiling a Korean forest. Shiana Shea's birthday. The Rings of Power cast doing an FYC event for voters. Even Usher and Eve's London concert gets a mention in the LA Roundup. It's a lot.
It really is. That rapid fire list just hammers home the relentless pace, doesn't it? And the constant need for these people to be seen everywhere.
And New York City was definitely holding its own.
Yeah.
Mariska Hargitay, seen at a Knicks game with her son, looking great just out and about, too.
Effortless chic, yeah.
Ben Stiller was courtside as well.
Yeah.
Sophia Bush supporting a Mother's Day thing. Justin Hartley spotted out. Hugh Jackman supporting an off-Broadway show. Patti LaBelle and Chaka Khan kicking off a tour in Vegas. But it gets noted here, maybe because of the theater context.
Could be. Or maybe just grouping performance-related news.
Amy Grant performing in Nashville also gets a mention alongside the NYC stuff. Why do you think they do that, report across regions like that?
Well, it probably just reflects an editorial choice to give a really broad overview, right? Grouping similar types of events, even if they're in different places, gives you a bigger picture of what's happening in entertainment overall.
That makes sense. Then 98 Degrees at SiriusXM, another nostalgia moment for some, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Nina Dobrev and Shaun White out for a walk. Natasha Lyonne looking cool after being on Seth Meyers. Eva Longoria arriving in Paris. That global feel again. Henry Golding and Lily Allen at a London luncheon, showing even weekdays are fair game. Diane Kruger at a ballet gala. Bradley Cooper just strolling. Mary Holland Nader and Brooks Nader doing a Zumba debut. Lizzo out for a walk. Paris Hilton, very on-brand in pink, launching her skincare. AAP Rocky and AP Nast at some private event. Then another luncheon. Kate Lopreet, Scarlett Johansson.
You know, the New York scene really shows that mix, doesn't it? The big planned events, but also the sort of everyday caught-on-the-street moments. Gives you a slightly more varied look.
And it just kept going in New York. Natasha Lyonne and Cynthia Erivo at a game night. Selena Gomez and Téa Leoni and the only murder set that always gets people talking.
Always generates buzz.
Rosie Perez and Whoopi Goldberg at a charity dinner. George Clooney at a Tony Awards event, and then spotted playing ball in Central Park.
Huh. That's a fun contrast.
Alec Baldwin at a SAG AFTRA thing. Another Tony Awards event with Darren Criss, Nicole Scherzinger, Jonathan Groff, Bob Odenkirk. Even Lily Collins filming Emily in Paris in Rome gets looped in.
Underscoring the global production side.
More Shondaland stars at an event. Chappell Roan and Cola Scola seeing a Broadway show. Meryl Streep and Martin Short also on The Only Murder set. Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper grabbing coffee. It's just relentless.
It really suggests that staying visible, staying relevant, it requires this almost constant engagement, doesn't it? Across all these different platforms and events, there's pressure to just be out there professionally, socially, even those candid moments.
And we even saw stuff in other places, too. Robert Irwin in Vegas, honoring his dad. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman at the ACMs in Texas, plus loads of other country stars.
Yeah, that was a big event.
Shakira on Fallon in New York. Tiffany Haddish supporting the NAMI Gala, but in Beverly Hills. Josh Holloway at a premiere. Damien and Elizabeth Hurley at a gala in Germany.
Germany, wow.
Keanu Reeves at a screening in L.A. Nina Dobrev again with Ariana DeBose at the NYC Ballet Gala. Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner making waves in Rome. Ellen Pompeo on a panel in L.A. It really feels like a global snapshot from just 1 week.
It does. The sheer geographic spread just emphasizes how international celebrity culture is now. They operate on a world stage.
So if you pull back and look at all of this, some clear themes start to pop out, don't they? Like award season buzz is definitely humming. Tonys, BAFTAs, ACMs, lots of activity around those.
Yes, and it's interesting how that momentum builds. It's not just the night itself, it's all the related events, the nominees being seen out and about beforehand.
In fashion and beauty, that's a constant, right? Launches, galas, just stylish appearances. Plus, the charity angle seems pretty strong. So many different galas for different causes. What's the drive there, do you think, beyond just wanting to do good?
Well, engaging with causes, it can do a few things for celebrities, can't it? It might be genuine personal commitment, sure, but it also enhances their public image, aligns them with certain values that appeal to their fans. It's probably a mix of altruism and, let's be honest, strategic branding.
Right, and then there's the obvious one, promoting their work. Film premieres, TV events, Broadway, music stuff, even book launches hinted at. It's all part of the job.
Oh, absolutely. Those events are vital for drumming up excitement for new projects. It's crucial marketing and a really crowded field.
And it's almost nice, actually, to see the more casual moments mixed in. Outings with family, supporting partners, those less scripted glimpses.
Yeah, those moments, whether they're truly spontaneous or maybe a bit managed, they offer that sense of relatability, don't they? A peek behind the curtain.
And location-wise, it really seems like London, L.A., and New York were the absolute hotspots this week. What makes those cities such magnets?
Well, they're where the industry infrastructure is, right? The studios, the media HQs, the agencies, just a concentration of people working in entertainment. So it makes sense that events gravitate there.
Now, some of the specific pairings or contrasts were interesting. Nicola Coughlin doing those two very different London looks. Tom Cruise going from a formal BFI thing to a huge mission, impossible red carpet in Seoul. That's quite a shift.
It really is, and it highlights how adaptable stars need to be now, shifting between different settings, different audiences, formal industry things versus global fan events, seamlessly.
And the family showing up. Viola Davis and her daughter, Mariska Hargitay, and her son, Robert Irwin, carrying on his dad's legacy. Storm Reed with her mom. What does that add to the whole story?
Seeing family there, it tends to humanize celebrities, I think. Reminds people they have personal lives, relationships outside the spotlight. Grounding, maybe.
It's also cool seeing the mix established stars alongside up-and-comers.
Yeah.
And how musicians, actors, TV people all mingle at events like that SNL music thing.
Yeah.
And actors supporting other actors' plays. That sense of community is always interesting.
It really points to how interconnected the industry is. There's often a lot of collaboration and mutual support happening, maybe more than we realize.
And just a few standout moments that kind of caught my eye. Nicola Coughlin's BAFTA look, definitely. Heidi Klum's pre-Cannes airport moment felt very on her.
Very on brand.
Robert Irwin honoring his dad is always touching. The Buffy reunion, pure joy for fans, I bet.
Oh, for sure.
William and Kate at the VE Day events felt significant. Shakira's energy on Fallon.
Yeah.
All the Only Murder sightings just hyping up the next season. And yeah, Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner in Rome definitely grabbed headlines.
Those specific moments often become the big talking points, don't they? They kind of capture the range of experiences, glamour, romance, tribute, nostalgia, all in 1 week.
So wrapping this up, our goal was to take this whirlwind tour.
Yeah.
Right. Go beyond just the names and faces and see if there were bigger themes, interesting connections.
I think we definitely saw some. And for you, listening to all this, sifting through it, what's maybe one key thing that stands out?
For me, it's maybe realizing that even in this world that can seem so focused on image, you still see these threads of like dedication to the actual work, genuine support for causes, and just human moments, little connections that remind you these are real people in pretty unreal circumstances, often with family right there.
That's a great takeaway. It really speaks to the different facets of being a celebrity. It's not just fame, it's purpose, connection too.
So maybe a final thought for you to chew on. With this constant flood of images and news, what does it even mean to know about these public figures? And what value do these little glimpses actually hold for us? What do you find most interesting or surprising in this week's snapshot? Something to think about, perhaps, until our next deep dive.